I'm Charli Louise, the founder of Eat Love Flow. Today we have a lovely yoga session focusing on really releasing any emotions that might be stuck in our body. So allow this practice today to put the brakes on so that you can just spend some time with yourself, allowing your body and mind to create some space. So we're going to come to a seated position to start with. You can either sit how I am or you can sit cross-legged, whatever's most comfortable for you. And we're just going to place our hands down on our knees and gaze down at the floor, closing your eyes if you want to. Taking an inhalation, sigh it out. Inhale and sigh it out. And inhale and exhale it out. Allowing your breath to return to its normal rhythm. And just noticing where you're breathing today. Maybe when you breathe it comes into your chest. Maybe you're breathing into your belly. Just notice. Don't try and change anything. And on your next inhalation, really breathing into the side ribs, allowing them to expand out. And noticing a really 360 breath round this mid area, right round the back and the front, expanding as you breathe. And when you're ready, opening your eyes if you've had them closed, and just leaning over to one side. We're just going to bring our feet round to the front. Now we're going to do butterfly here. So if you want to sit up on something and you've got a block to hand, you can sit up on a block or pop a pillow under your sit bones if that's easier, or you can just do butterfly sat on the floor. I'm just going to grab a block. So we're going to be holding these poses for a few minutes, so do make sure that you're very comfortable before you start. So once you're in position, just going to bring the soles of our feet together. Inhale, really lengthen up through the crown of the head to the ceiling. Roll the shoulders down your back, open the chest. And exhale, and just walking the hands forwards. When we hold these poses for longer, it's really important that we don't push to our edge, to our 100%. So if you feel like you've gone forwards and that's really as far as you can go, then just today maybe come back up a little bit so that you're at about 70% of where you can go to. Yin yoga is about allowing the body to release, and if we push right to our edge, then we can cause the opposite and the body can grip instead, which actually is detrimental and doesn't allow us to release as much. You might find as you're here that you notice that your legs can lower a bit more naturally as the body starts to release, and that you can actually then come down a bit further. And on the next inhalation, slowly walking the hands up, engaging that core. And we're just going to come into tabletop. So remove anything you've had underneath you and just move it off to one side. So coming into tabletop, we're just going to inhale here, lower the belly, lift the head. Exhale, round into the back. Just waking the back up a bit. Inhale. And exhale in cat-cow. Inhale back to center, finding a neutral spine and engaging that core. And you're going to walk your hands, just one hand width forwards. And then you're going to bring your right knee towards your right hand. And then you're going to guide your ankle round whilst walking your left leg back. So find a comfortable position here. And when you're ready, just come down onto your forearms, if that's comfortable, or if you want to come all the way down onto the tops of your hands, you can too. It might be that you start here, and then as your body relaxes, you want to come down to the floor. But again, find your 100% and then come back a little bit. We're not here to force or to push. We hold a lot of stored emotions in our hips, so allowing these deep hip releases is really beneficial to allow our body to process emotions that we might not need anymore. And if you want as well, and you've got a block to hand, you can always pop a block and pop your head on the block. And on the next exhalation, engaging that core, pushing up with your hands, tucking your toe of your left foot, pushing into your palms. So you can move the right leg back into a tabletop, walking the hands forwards, tucking the toes and pushing up into downward facing dog. Gently walking out through the feet. And coming back down into tabletop. Bringing the left knee towards the left hand and turning the foot round to the right side of the mat, walking the right leg back and placing it down on the top of the foot when you're comfortable. Allowing yourself to lower down. Again, using a bolster or brick if you've got one to support the head. And as you start to release, you can lower that or remove it completely. Just here for another few minutes. On your next exhalation, engaging the core, using your hands to push yourself back up, pushing into those palms, tucking the toes of the right foot, pushing into that right foot to lift the leg back into a tabletop position, tucking the toes and coming up back up into downward facing dog. Walking out the dog again. Lowering the knees down to tabletop, bringing the hands back stacked under the shoulders. Moving any blocks off to the side that you have. Walking the hands forward now. Going to just do puppy pose or melting heart pose. So keeping the elbows off of the floor and lowering the head down. If this feels too much, you can allow your elbows to come down. Going to hold this for a couple of minutes. Bringing the elbows down when you're ready, just to give you some extra support in holding this pose. Really opening up through the chest. It might be that your chest allows you to lower down a bit more as you hold the move. Noticing any tension in your jaw, allowing it to release. Inhaling, rolling forwards, lowering your belly down into Sphinx pose, into a slight back bend, resting on your forearms. If you want, you can bring a block in again or a pillow if you've got one to hand, and you can just rest your head here. Breathing into the lower belly, feeling it push into the floor. Still keeping some push through the shoulders, not allowing them to collapse down. Rolling the shoulders down your back. Staying where you are, but removing the block if you've used one. Placing a hand at each corner of the mat and seeing if you can push up to give a slightly deeper back bend. If it feels good where you were, you can go back there. If you do this, don't allow your shoulders to collapse up to your ears. Really keep them rolled down your back. Keep the space. Breathing into that lower belly and lower back. Remembering to only go to 70%. If you're near your edge, you can always come back a bit and come back down to here. And then take an exhalation, releasing down, placing your head on the backs of your hands for a moment, just for a couple of breaths. Allowing everything to release, making sure you're not gripping, especially in the glutes. We're just going to come onto our backs, so just engaging that core as we turn over. Keeping our feet planted on the floor. Going to push into the feet to shimmy the hips over to the right slightly. We're going to cross the right leg over the left, move the left foot over and allow the legs to lower down to the side. You can bring your arms out to the sides. And if it feels good, you can turn to face your right hand. If you can hear your tummy rumbling, like mine just did, that's a good sign that your nervous system is entering the rest and digest state, the place of calm that we're looking for. And on the next exhalation, bringing your head back to center, engaging your core and lifting your legs back up. Shimmying your hips back into the middle, bringing your knees together, feet wide, just for a few breaths here. And bringing the feet back parallel again. Pushing into the feet to shift the hips over to the left this time. And crossing the left foot over the right, walking the right foot over towards the edge of the mat to allow the legs to lower gently to the right hand side. Turning towards your left hand with your head, if that feels good. Keeping the shoulders planted on the floor here. If they've lifted, just come up out of the twist slightly. And exhaling and engaging the core, bringing the head back to center, lifting the legs back up, shimmying the hips back to center, knees together, feet out to the side, just for a couple of breaths. And you can either stay here for your Shavasana, or you can lay the legs out straight. Tucking the shoulders, bringing the arms down to the sides, palms facing up. Allowing the body to settle. Noticing how you feel around your hip area. Without judgment, but just noticing. Taking a few deeper inhales now and deeper exhales. So inhale to the belly. Rolling over to the left hand side, engaging that core as you push up. Coming back to a seated position. Bringing your hands together in front of your chest. Namaste. Thank you for joining me on this yin yoga today. I really hope it's allowed you to release some of the emotions that you might be holding and to just feel a little bit lighter in your day.